Hello. In the language of astrology, the inner planets, Mercury, Venus, and Mars. These three planets symbolize our basic function. Mercury symbolizes how we think, the sign it's in, the house it's in at birth. The circumstances that Mercury is in a given chart tells how the mind is working. Venus is how one feels. Mars is how one asserts oneself. So starting with the mind, the all-important mental activity, the conscious mind. This is the planet Mercury, the ruler of the third house, the ruler of the sign Gemini. I think. These are the two-word phrases we use with the sign Gemini. The other sign that Mercury symbolizes as a ruler is Virgo. And Virgo says, I analyze. Mercury's all about the mind, the conscious mind, perception, communications, thoughts, ideas, logic and reason. These are mercurial things. The arms, the hands, the lungs, the collarbones, these dual body parts, these are Gemini and mercurial things. In this language of symbolism, Mercury symbolizes how one thinks, siblings, how one gets along with one's siblings, talking, education, books, these are all mercurial things. And again, communications, which includes travel. So sixth house things and third house things in the sign Gemini and the sign Virgo. These are very much mercurial things. Now the sign that Mercury's in at birth tells us how the mind works. The house it's in at birth tells us what the individual is thinking about most of the time. Venus. Venus is the planet of feelings and emotions and beauty and art and the female gender. It is the symbol for the female gender in medical science, and it's the ruler of Taurus, the second house, and the ruler of Libra, the seventh house. Both Mercury and Venus rule two different signs, two different houses. So as Mercury symbolizes the conscious mind, Venus symbolizes feelings and emotions and love, beauty, females, all of the arts, singing, dancing, music, all of the arts, painting, anything connected to beauty and sensation. This is Venus thing. Venus is one of the benefic planets. There are two benefic planets, Venus and Jupiter, usually associated with prosperity and happiness and pleasant and pleasurable things. This is Venus. It symbolizes certain body parts, like each of the planets do. The kidneys, the throat, the skin, these are all Venus body parts. And sisters. This is a Venus symbolic thing. Our sisters are Venus things. Women, along with the moon. And then we have Mars. Both Mercury and Venus move even quicker than the Earth, so their orbit is less than an annual period of earthly travel. Our orbit. Mars takes longer. Mars takes, in Earth years, 2.5 years to orbit the Sun. It's the planet of masculinity and males. This is femininity, Venus. Mars is masculinity, and Mars is connected to Aries in the first house, the head, the brain, the eyes. This is Mars. Mars is all about assertiveness and the competitive instinct, competitive activities, all of them, from Olympic sporting events to fighting in the field as a soldier. Mars is weaponry and fighting. And the sign it's in when we're born tells us how we show our anger, how we work, if we're good workers or lazy people. The sign that Mars is in tells that story. So Mars symbolizes muscular activity, brain activity. It's connected with initiating action, starting things, and leading the way. It's very much an outgoing force. So these are the three inner planets. When these planets are retrograde, and Mercury is retrograde 3 to 4 times annually, Venus only approximately once every 2 years, likewise Mars once every 2 years. We see these planets retrograde in motion, and the function of that planet in human experience is usually challenged or blocked. There's delays. When the planet is retrograde, the function isn't quite working normally. So keeping that in mind, that to learn about the basic functioning of an individual, you study their chart and you study Mercury to see how they think. What sign was it in? What house was Mercury in? How did it angle your relationship, the aspects with the other planets? Where is Venus? Will this person experience love? Will these areas of life be challenging or giving? Karmically speaking, this is where the story is. Mars, of course, is going to tell us how an individual shows their anger, how they work, the masculine side of their nature. So this is the basic symbolism of these three inner planets. Take care.